Hello and welcome to Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting for tonight's matchup between the Nokomis Lady Warriors and the visiting Brewer Witches. I'm Ashton Karen here with Mia Coots. Should be an interesting game here tonight. What are you foreseeing?
Well, the starters for the Brewer Witches are Treya Broussard, Drew Johnson, Mariah Roberts, Jenna McQuarrie, and Josie Pesey. And the starters for Nokomis are Maya Cooney, Alexis Mayhew, Amanda King, Cameron King, and Brianna Townsend.
Yeah, a mixed bag of starters for Brewer, really. Kind of a younger team. Only one senior, Dominique Willette. Handful of juniors, handful of sophomores, and handful of freshmen. Should be interesting to see how the Brewer Witches play tonight. And Nokomis, a senior strong team with Maya Cooney, Alexis Mayhew, and Mandy King, all 4-year starters on 4-year players on varsity, and a strong younger class with Cameron King and Bree Townsend. And they're coming off a strong win against Foxcroft there. Bree Townsend had 18 points in that game, so a really strong Nokomis team, and I'm expecting them to really show out tonight.
Below, you can actually see the starters for Nokomis, all their silhouettes playing with the ball there a little bit. A cool little addition that Nokomis has added.
Yeah, the broadcasting program really has been growing greatly this year, and thanks to new technology, we're able to do some pretty cool things here. Tell you what, I'm pretty excited for tonight's game. It should be a close one. Nokomis, 2-2, wins against Foxcroft, which was their last game, and John Baps. Brewer is 2-3. So on paper, Nokomis the better team tonight. But from what I've heard so far, it's going to be a close game. These two teams about to take the floor here. And I believe it's going to be Nokomis ball to start. No tip-off this year due to some of the COVID-19 regulations. I tell you what, it should be a good one though. Nokomis, big win against Foxcroft earlier this week. It was truly a fun game to watch. I watched the highlights before I came here today. Final score was 49-37. So that was a pretty sizable win for Nokomis, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going tonight here against Brewer. But looking on the floor, Brewer looks like they have a little bit of a height advantage out there. There's some tall players out there. And so Cameron King is going to start with it up top. Drive in early from King, puts it up. She's going to get just a little bit out, but she's going to fight for it. It's going to be Mayhew. Jump ball.
Getting on the floor early tonight. It's been like 15 seconds.
Yeah, aggression already. Love to see it. And look at that from Nokomis. Going for the steal. Second jump ball. Now Nokomis going to get in their own end. Inbound. Wow, love the aggression here from Nokomis tonight. They want the win. And Mayhew is going to come down with it. She's going to spot up. Just a little bit off. It's going to be out of bounds. Good look from Mayhew, though. And really, that's what you want to see from Nokomis. And they're going to be pressing early on tonight. See if it can work against this Brewer team. And it looks like it may. I mean, they're slowing them down quite a bit. Brewer going to drive in. Underneath with it. Just missed as Johnson. Put back up by Pesey. And now Townsend coming down with it. Down the stretch, it's Townsend. She's going to drive in. It's going to be a charge, offensive foul on Townsend. So Brewer, lucky break for them there. Nokomis keeping up the press here. Hopefully doesn't burn them out too soon, though. You know, if you watch the last game, Nokomis had a really strong first quarter against Foxcroft and then kind of slowed down a bit in the second. Don't want to see that here tonight. Really need to play strong and smoothly the entire game. As our third jump ball of the night already within the first minute. Wow, I'll tell you what, this is definitely looking like an aggressive game. So now Brewer with the inbound. He's going to feed it over to PC. Johnson with the shot. Just off. Rebound's going to go to Cooney. She fights for it. And it's going to be an over-the-back foul on PC.
I think that PC is going to get a lot of rebounds for Brewer tonight. I mean, she just reached over the head of Maya Cooney like it was nothing.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be an interior presence for Brewer. Has kind of the height advantage on the court tonight, as you can see. And so now Townsend has it on the arc. Drives in, but it's picked off. Looks like Johnson down the stretch. Cooney on her. Johnson spots up. She's going to get 2. So Brewer opens it up for the scoring tonight. 6:30 left in the first. Nokomis slowing it down a little bit here. Drive in from King. Kicks it out. Now Cooney's going to drive in. A little scoop. Misses, and rebound's going to go to Brewer.
Brewer playing what looks like a zone defense there, which is what you don't see that very often in high school varsity ball.
No, you don't, but we'll see if they can make it work here tonight. And it's going to be a charge call. PC just looked like drove a little bit too hard to the basket there. And so now Warriors going to get the ball. And so Brewer's going to have to be careful tonight on fouls. Nokomis scored 24 points just from the free throw line in their game against Brewer. So definitely a strong, strong foul line team. Cameron King drives in, kicks it out. Townsend looks for the shot. It's going to spin it around. Now it's Mandy King. Little pass, shot, just a little long by Mayhew. Townsend now spots up for 3. She's going to get it. Little Drano there from Townsend to open the scoring for Nokomis. Nokomis pressing heavy here. Usually don't see that in the first quarter, but seems to be working fairly well. Johnson up top, moves it back over. Shot just off by Roberts. Now Townsend, one-on-one down the stretch. Goes up for the layup, and she's going to get it. Townsend, 5 points already tonight, 3 minutes into the game.
Townsend playing a strong game against Foxcroft, and it looks like she's going to have another good game tonight by the starts of it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, really, look at that Nokomis aggression out there. I mean, they want this win, and you can tell. Spot up, little floater missed by Johnson, but put back in by PC. Score is now 5-4. Nokomis is taking it down the court. Cameron King running the point here tonight. Going to penetrate in, kicks it out. Mayhew. It's good from Mayhew. Look at that. That was a great zone penetration play. Driven in by King. She draws in 3 or 4 defenders there, is able to kick it out to a wide open Mayhew for an easy wide open bucket. Gotta love that. And it's going to be thrown just over the reach of PC by Johnson. And so Nokomis with another chance to extend this lead here. 3 points now, 7-4, halfway through the first. Cameron King moves it over. Cooney spots up for 3. Just off. PC with the rebound. Now Roberts moving it up the court. Gets it over to McQuarrie. Brewer moving it around the arc. Cooney goes down. No call. Moving it around the arc is Brewer. A little fumble there. Needs to do something with it. Roberts now tries to feed it in. It's going to be out of bounds on Brewer.
Lots of energy coming from the Nokomis bench from Mayhew, who kind of got in the way of that pass, and then the Brewer, I'm not sure which person it was, but knocked it out of bounds.
And it's another Drano for Nokomis. Mandy King that time. Look at this, Nokomis. Great shooting tonight so far. Yeah, it's been a good defensive effort too, as you said. I mean, that was Mayhew on the kind of pass in, was able to have Brewer knock it out of bounds, and now she's going to head to the bench. Checking in for her, it's going to be Emma Hodgson, a freshman for Nokomis. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Nokomis really putting in the work on both ends of the floor here. Looks like also is going to be Sydney King coming in, another freshman for Nokomis. Now it's Maya Cooney stuck with it in the corner, kicks it out. Cameron King back over to Cooney. Look at that, Cooney goes for the drive in, but it was stripped by Brewer. Brewer with it, gonna drive in is Johnson. And it's not gonna fall her way, but they're gonna get the rebound once, twice more. Brought down by Hodgson for Nokomis. Great aggression there. Cameron King with it. Nice screen from Hodgson. Gets King to drive in, and she's going to go to the line. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I mean, 24 points were scored from the free throw line just for Nokomis against Foxcroft. A really impressive stat line.
Especially when you think about how many fouls it takes to get to that point.
Yeah, I think they were 24 for 36 or something around there. I mean, it was, I think they were already in the double bonus before the fourth quarter even started.
Wow.
So King going to go 0 for 2 from the line this time. Brewer going to come down with the rebound. Fed in. Now kicked back out. Shot just off. And Nokomis, Cameron King moving it up the floor. Cooney with it up top now. Deep three, just off from Cameron King. Brewer with the rebound. Nokomis really liking that kind of penetrate in. If you get the shot, take it, but if not, kick it back out. And now on the other side of the floor, it's going to be Brewer with a travel. And so Nokomis going to get another chance to extend their lead here. Score is 10-4 with 1:40 left in the first. Drive in from Cooney, kicks it out. Now King. She's going to drive in as well, throws it up. Looks like she was fouled, so she's going to go to the line once more. I was talking to Cooney earlier today, asked her about what her thoughts were on the Foxcroft game, and she said, in her 4 years of varsity basketball here at Nokomis, she said that was one of her best games and one of the best games she thinks that they played as a team. So, I think that says a lot here for how tonight's going to go. If they play as a unit, she said, nobody can beat them, and hopefully that can hold up here as Cameron King makes her first and her second.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think that they're playing much better team basketball in these last few games than when we first saw them start off the season. I think they're just meshing together better, and you can see the more energy on the sidelines from the team, as before they were just kind of quiet. But I think that the more energy you have, the better you're going to play.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And, even seeing this team grow from last year, a lot of the same players out there starting, and, just a really, really impressive growth as far as communication and teamwork on the floor. You just love to see it. So now Brewer with it, looking to get something going here. Kicks it over. Dorr with it, moves it over to Pine. Pine to the corner. Up top it's Johnson. Brewer just trying to find something here on Nokomis, but great defensive effort. Roberts looking to do something with it up top. Cameron King tightly on her. Now Broussard. Back over to Roberts, feeds it down. Tries to feed it in. Little spin move, put up. It's going to fall for McQuarrie. Brewer really kind of being patient with the ball tonight. Not trying to force anything, as you can see. I mean, trying to wait till the opportunity comes to them. And so now Nokomis looking to hold for the last shot here. Counting down from 20, up 6. Cameron King with it up top. She's going to start driving and kicks it over. Cooney, she's going to spot for 3. Just off, and now it's going to be Brewer. 5 seconds counting on the clock. Trying to move it down the floor quickly. Puts up at the buzzer. Just a little bit too much on that. And so going into the second quarter, score is going to be 12-6. Nokomis leading here tonight. A great effort on the floor by Nokomis. What do you think they need to do to keep this up here?
Just really keep up the energy that they have so far. I mean, right now they're playing aggressive, they're playing hard, they're putting the effort forth that's needed. But as you said, in the last game, they were slowing down. I think they just need to keep up the pace.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Let's look at one of those replays. Let's look at this Townsend 3 here. This was kind of the play that's kicked the game off for Nokomis. Look at that. Spots up for 3. Beautiful 3 there from Townsend. I mean, that's the kind of plays that we need to see.
One more replay.
Oh.
We got the 3 from Mandy King.
Look at that. I got to love the versatility of this team here. I mean, they've scored from beyond the arc, but they're also great at their penetration play. I mean, not a tall team, but they're getting into the paint, and, you know, they're getting shots off, and you just love to see it here.
Couldn't agree more there.
We'd like to thank our sponsors for this game. Palmyra Golf Course and Campground, located at 147 Lang Hill Road in Palmyra, Maine. Thank you for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. And so now the Warriors. Drives in, Cooney, wild shot, but Mayhew gets the rebound, and it falls her way on the putback. Nokomis not looking to slow down here going into the second quarter. Opens it up with 15 seconds in. And look at that. Moved up quickly. And Bree Townsend tried to go in for it. She was blocked, wanted the foul. Didn't get it. Maybe should have moved that up to Cooney.
Tough decision there to make. Either take it or go to Cooney there.
But now it's King. Mandy King with the steal. Just can't get it to fall. Kicks it out. Mayhew going to spot up for another. Can't get it to fall. Gets her own rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. Yeah, those split-second decisions, they're hard to make. You know, it's one of those things, but you love to see him follow through with it either way. And loving the aggression here from the Warriors. Going to lean back on the press here going into the second.
Yes, that hustle play there from Alexis Mayhew is exactly what I'm talking about, that kind of energy and hustle that they need to keep up throughout the game if they want to stay in it, and I think that just embodies that right there. And
Look
again
at
from
that.
Alexis Mayhew.
Defensive effort here from Nokomis, I mean, is amazing. Look at this. Cooney now up top, drives in. She's going to kick it out to Townsend. Just a little bit of a miscommunication there, but nonetheless, Nokomis can't hang their heads here. Great heads-up plays, back-to-back. Brewer not even getting a chance on offense. But we'll see if Brewer's going to do something here. Up top. With it now driving in is going to be Broussard with the shot. Missed. It's going to be out of... Nope. Saved by Brewer. And Sydney King slowing it down. Smart decision. Now Townsend's going to spot up for 3. In her face, it's a Drano from Townsend. That's going to be one for the replay reel tonight. Great 3 from Townsend there. Nokomis on a roll, up 11 points now. Fed in, wow, nice feed. But Nokomis able to stop it. That was a great feed there from Johnson. Nokomis well defended the receiver. wasn't able to get anything off, and so now it's Cameron King taking it down the court again, looking to extend Nokomis' lead.
Nokomis only having 14 girls try out for this for basketball this year, which is a tough break, but clearly it didn't affect them that bad.
And just a missed shot. Yeah, I mean, quality over quantity for sure here for Nokomis. Definitely a high-quality team, even though, a low number of players tried out. Brewer with it up top. DeCarlo moves it back over to Pine. Tried to feed in. It's going to be a jump ball. So Nokomis once more. They've shut out Brewer so far this quarter. Gone on a 5-0 run. See if they can keep it going here. King over. It's going to be just short by Watson. But Alexis Mayhew fighting for it down there. The hustle plays by Mayhew are not going to be overlooked tonight. She's putting in the effort. It's going to be fed in to PC, but picked off by Cameron King. Cameron King, she's going to drive in with it. Tries to put it up, she's fouled. Going to go to the line.
Cameron King doing a great job tonight by drawing the fouls and getting to the line where Nokomis has proven that one of the best parts of their game.
Yeah, I mean, Cameron King really good at driving in, and she's able to draw those fouls. And you really have to admire that in a player to, if they're not getting the shot off, they're at least getting fouls. And to go to the charity line and get 2 free shots, can't ask for much more than that. And so the second one from King is made. Nokomis up 12 now on a 6-0 run. Cameron King, tight defense by Nokomis tonight. He's going to spot up from the line just short. And so now Nokomis going to get one more chance here. 4:26 left in the half. King feeds it into Hodgson. Hodgson, look at that feed over to King. She's going to spot up for it. Mayhew's going to get the rebound. She's blocked. It's going to be called a jump ball. Gotta love that pass there. Great vision by the freshman, Emma Hodgson, to feed that through the defenders and get it to King.
Emma Hodgson and Alexis Mayhew are the very few size that Nokomis has, yet they are playing great defense against this I shouldn't say much bigger team, but this bigger team.
Yeah, Brewer has a height advantage, but Nokomis not letting them really capitalize on it. I say that as PC comes down, and she's going to get 2. Nokomis up 10 now.
And that play right there just goes along with the size. Hodgson was playing great defense, doing everything she could, but PC just had the height advantage, and she used it.
Yeah, sometimes there's just nothing you can really do about that. And not sure what the call is here.
It was a travel.
Oh, well, Brewer now going to get a chance. On the floor for Nokomis, it's going to be Cooney, Cameron King, Lexi Mayhew, Hodgson, and Marble. Brewer looking to penetrate in. Can't get anything, and it's going to be 3-second violation. Nokomis, just an excellent job on defense tonight.
Nokomis doing the job and flustering the Brewer offense, forcing them to make bad decisions, forcing them to create turnovers.
Oh, Cooney's going to take that She's just off. Looks like it's going to be a foul, though. And Brewer ball. Yeah, I mean, tonight, Nokomis putting in the effort really on both sides of the floor. Offense not to be overlooked here. They're getting really great looks, and they're in the transition on these defensive steals. They're doing an excellent job. And the scoreboard shows it, up 10. Spots up for three, just short. Brewer going to come down with the rebound. It's McQuarrie. Feeds it in. Layup, just off. So Johnson put in the layup. PC came down with the rebound and was fouled on the putback. So PC going to go for the line. Misses the first. She's going to make the second, cutting the lead down to 9. So Cooney looks like she's running the point now. Drives in, kicks it out. Hodgson moving around the arc now is Nokomis. Cooney going to spot up for 3. Just can't get him to fall. It's going to be out of bounds. Be Brewer ball. Cooney, a 3-point shooter for Nokomis. Unlucky on getting him to fall tonight. So now Brewer. PC with it. Kicks it back out. It's going to be a little hook shot there. A little bit wild from Broussard, but Cameron King, wow, look at the speed down the floor. Cuts through the defenders. Oh, my goodness, Cameron King. The speed, the ball handling. Wow.
Through 3 defenders right there. What an excellent play from Cameron King.
Wow, that is one for the highlight reel. And look at her, she's going to do it again here. Cuts through 2. She's going to get the layup. Fouled on the put up. Going to go to the line again. Wow, from Cameron King. Putting in the hustle here tonight. Let's watch the replay of that first basket there. Wow, that was an excellent basket. We'll get it here for you soon. She's going to get the first one to fall. Watch this replay. Look at this. Look at the speed. Oh, my goodness. Cameron King. She's going to make the second. Nokomis up 22-9. 1:35 left. So Brewer with it up top. It's Broussard. Guarded by Marble. Feeds it into PC. Up top is Johnson now. Can't get nothing going, so she's going to kick it over to Roberts. Drive in, hook shot, and she's fouled. So it's Roberts who's going to go to the line here. Brewer looking to get something going here before the half to try and cut this lead down. Roberts with the chance to cut it down to 11. She's going to make the first. Mayhew going to come back in the game. Mayhew really been putting in the effort here tonight on both sides of the floor. And the second shot is going to be off, and it looks like out of bounds. Good decision by Cooney to let that one go out, as now Warriors are going to have it. Brewer a little spaced out on defense here. Going to leave Marble quite a bit of space there on the wing. King with it up top. Just drives in to Cooney. Nokomis keeping it slow. All the reason to. Up 12. Milking the clock here. Cooney. No need to take any 4 shots here if you're Nokomis. King with it. Drives in. Can't get it to fall, but Mandy King going to come down with the rebound. Now 25 seconds left.
3 Kings on the team.
Yeah, it might get a little confusing here. Nokomis definitely holding for the last shot. 10 seconds left. Cooney with it now. Cameron King, deep 3. Can't get it to fall. That's going to be the buzzer. Cooney looked like she went down hard there at the end. So at the half, scores 22-10. Your Nokomis Warriors up 12. A great half so far for the Warriors. Really putting in the effort on both sides of the floor. We will be back shortly. Thank you for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Welcome back to Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting for tonight's girls Class A matchup between your Nokomis Warriors and the visiting Brewer Witches. I'm Ashton Karen here with Mia Coots. Mia, why don't we go over the stat line for tonight?
So for Nokomis, we have Alexis Mayhew with 4, Amanda King with 3, Brianna Townsend leading with 8 points, and then Cameron King with 7 points, 5 of which coming from the free throw line.
Let's look at that rebound, that play that she had before the end of the half.
The drive and the reverse layup, yes.
That was crazy. We got another angle on that here, and it is pretty cool. Watch it again here. Maybe.
A little bit of technical difficulties.
All right, here we go. Look at that. That is just impressive. And that really sums up how Nokomis is done tonight. On Brewer's side of things, how does the stat line look for them?
Well, obviously they haven't scored a whole ton, but Josie PC with 3. 5, my bad. Coming 1 from the free throw line and 2 layups. Then Jenna McQuarrie with 2. Mariah Roberts going 1 for 2 at the line, and then Drew Johnson with 2 also.
Yeah, kind of a mixed basket for Brewer as far as scoring goes. PC, really a presence for Brewer tonight. Inside the paint here, a tall player for them. And we'll see if she can have an impact here going into the second half. It's going to be Nokomis starting with the ball. And already we're looking good. Wide open 3 from Mandy King. That was a pass. What am I talking about? It's going to be a jump ball. So now Brewer with it. Nokomis going to do the same thing they did in the first half. Press early on. And it's going to work once again. Moves it over. Fighting for it now. Going to call that a travel. Might have been a jump ball. I don't know. I'm not on the court.
King probably could have stuck with that, but looking for the selfless play, threw it over to Cooney, which turned into a turnover. But
and stuff like that happens. And I think she thought Cooney might have been open for a 3 there, and now PC with it, and she gets it to fall her way. Nice transition from Brewer. Cameron King with it, feeds it over once more to Townsend, and moving it all around the arc here. Looking to get something. Cameron King with it in the corner. And not sure what happened there, but Nokomis going to have an inbound.
it looked like it was a foul.
Must have been now. Look at that. Cooney almost had it there. And Townsend picks it off. Drives in. She's going to be fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2. Townsend here could extend this already 10-point lead. She's going to miss the first. An excellent game so far tonight from Townsend. A few defensive plays, a few rebounds, and a couple of threes she's opened the game up with. That nice 3 that she had, and she's going to make her second free throw. Nokomis just press, slowing Brewer down. But Brewer's going to beat it this time. Tries to feed it over to Broussard. Driving from Johnson. She's going to put up a shot. It's going to be Mandy King with the rebound.
Nokomis going 6 for 10 from the line so far in this game. 5 of those coming from Cameron King.
Yeah, a lot of points that they're getting from beyond the free throw line as Mandy King gets the rebound and the putback. Back-to-back hustle plays from Mandy King. on the glass. And Brewer looking to get something going here. It's going to be a jump ball. Nice work from Cooney. (25-12) is the score. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Drive in from King to King. Now Cooney. She's going to spot up for three. That's going to be a Drano from Cooney. Cooney, couple steps beyond the arc there, and she's going to drain that one.
Cooney's first points of the night from a deep three.
And a timeout going to be called by Brewer, I believe. We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, A. Robinson, 60 Newport Road, Corinna, Maine, 278-4626. Thank you for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Yeah, that last three from Maya Cooney, that was a great shot. You see a replay on that. Kick out Cooney. Look at the range. Wow, what a three from Cooney.
You could tell as soon as that ball left her hands that was going to be down. That was a great shot.
That was a great shot, and Nokomis' lead now, 16 points. Yeah, I did read that right. All right, 16 points, and it's, Brewer going to have to draw something up here to kind of cut this down. Nokomis, they are feeling it tonight. They are shooting very well. And they're playing great defense, too. I mean, the defense cannot be overlooked tonight for Nokomis. Really not letting Brewer get anything. Nothing easy, anyways.
Nokomis may not have the size, but they have the speed, and they are using the speed to their advantage tonight.
Not only that, but they have the aggression and intensity, too. They really want it. Look at that. Slowing it down now. McKing drives in, gets the shot off. How she did it, I don't know. Just missed. Brewer going to come down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Broussard. Now Johnson. Over on the other side, it's going to be stuffed from Cameron King. Like I said, Nokomis not letting anything easy up tonight. Brewer with an inbound, needs to do something with it. They're able to get it in. And it's going to be a double dribble. And so Nokomis now with another chance to take it down the floor. Look at Cooney. Look at her. Wide open. She's going to drive in, gets it up. She's going to draw a blocking foul and get two shots. She will make her first. Maya Cooney, she's been a starter for Varsity since her freshman year. And, she has got range for sure. We just saw that last three from her. She's been taking those shots all 4 years. Long feed down from Brewer. Spot up three. Gonna be good for Pine. Look at that. And now Cameron King looking to answer. Just misses. Mandy King with the rebound. And it's going to be out of bounds. Brewer ball. Still, I mean, the intensity and effort from Nokomis here. Look at that. Look at it. Defense is amazing on the press from Nokomis. Feeds it out. Cooney going to put up a shot. She'll go to the line once more. Back-to-back trips to the line for Cooney. She will make her first. Nokomis now up by 15 points, scores 30-15. Just about halfway done in the third quarter. She's going to make her second as well.
Cooney really coming alive with her shot tonight, or in the second half, I should say. Struggled a bit in the first half, got a little shy there, and finally coming back through because we all know that she does have a very good shot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Maya Cooney is quite the shooter, and look at that, another defensive play for Nokomis, nothing by. And Townsend puts one up, puts two up, and it's going to be a jump ball. Both on the rebound was Mayhew and what looked like Pine. So now Brewer inbounding. Nokomis still on the press here. It's working well for them so far. Now a 2-on-1 situation. That's going to be a kick ball. That's a smart play, though, if you ask me, from Mayhew. Not going to let an easy basket get by, and instead a Brewer inbound. That's a smart play.
Could have also been a bit of instinct, too.
Oh, for sure. And
I definitely agree that it was a smart decision, but...
So Brewer missing the hook shot. Feed in from Cooney, and it's going to be Townsend. Cooney connects with Townsend to make an easy layup. Slicing through the Brewer defense here.
Nokomis finding ways to get around every situation that arises.
And it looks like there was a shooting foul there. It's going to be Pine, a freshman, going to the line for 2. I believe 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah, that was a great feed from Cooney to Townsend. Really just a great transition play from Nokomis. I believe it was Mandy King that fed it to Cooney. And then Cooney saw that, great vision there and fed it right to Townsend for the easy layup. Second shot, it's going to be airballed. So Nokomis going to come down with it now. Looks like it's Cooney running the point again. And Brewer has chosen not to press tonight. Wow, wide open three. Fernandez just misses. Brewer keeps it in.
Pass right back to King. An attempt to keep it in bounds, just pass it right back to the Nokomis offense.
Yeah, Nokomis got a little lucky on that. That's going to be a foul. Yeah, Nokomis got lucky, was able to get the feed in from Brewer. Just wasn't able to capitalize on the offensive opportunity. And now, after a foul, Brewer is going to be bringing it down the floor. Ooh, that's a hard foul there. Push from behind on Cooney. Sideline inbound for Brewer. And it's going to be Watson coming in for Cooney.
I will say Nokomis has done a great job of limiting their fouls. Very little opportunities given there. They've done a great job playing actual defense and not just slapping around, I suppose.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, really, they have only 3 team fouls this quarter, and I think maybe one of them might have been a shooting foul, but it's really great to see that Nokomis not letting Brewer go to the free throw line very often. And now Cameron King, she's able to corral the ball up and go down the floor for an easy layup. Once more, it's Cameron King. Nokomis now up 20 points, 35-15. 2 minutes left in the third. Brewer looking to get something going here.
Brewer has taken out the majority of their starters at this point, which I think is a smart decision, seeming how it's a minute 49 to go in the third quarter and you're down 20.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try something new, put some of the players in that might not necessarily see as much playing time and see if, those players will put in a little more aggression, get something going for them. But we'll see. That's going to be a foul there on Hodgson.
Maybe I jinxed them. I don't know. I said they don't have a ton of fouls, and I feel like there's been 2 or 3 in a row.
Inbound, Brewer. 3 taken and is just missed by Willette. Now down is Fernandez. Feeds it into a moving King. Misses, but comes down with her own rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. Stay with Nokomis. Holy, there's been a lot of jump balls tonight. And timeout called. Let's look at some replays here. Let's look at this block from King. All right, yeah, let's look at this. Cameron King for the block here. Look at that. Look at the hand. And let's look at another defensive play from King. Look at that. Corrals the ball up. Is able to get back for an easy layup. The Nokomis really putting in the work tonight on both ends of the floor. And it's paid off for them. They're going to go into the last minute and a half of this quarter up 20. Some just excellent playing here tonight. And so, for Nokomis, 4 players on the floor, now 6. And a little bit of a fumble there. Another jump ball. It's going to be Brewer with it this time. A little bit of confusion there coming out of the huddle for Nokomis, but they've figured it out now. Only one starter on the floor for Nokomis, Cameron King. And look at her go. Another defensive play. Oh, long feed up. Just a little bit too much for Sydney King. A fast-paced game, though, tonight. Brewer moving it around the arc, looking to get something going here. Drive in, now pass, shot is just off by DiCarlo. But Brewer comes down with it. And looks like there's going to be a foul there. Looks like it was on. Not sure. But it's going to be Nokomis' 16th foul so far. Looks like it was on Cameron King. So Nokomis soon going to be in the bonus, giving Brewer a 1-and-1. And a chance to maybe chip away a little bit if they get fouled too much. It's going to be knocked out of bounds and be Nokomis ball now.
Looks like it's going to be the freshman Sydney King bringing up the ball for Nokomis now that starter Cameron King is out.
You know, when we talked earlier about how they didn't have a lot of people try out, but you know, I think as far as growing as a team goes, that might be better for them. You know, these younger players are going to get more playing time, and we'll see them grow and develop a little bit quicker than we might usually.
Absolutely, and I think Nokomis has a very bright future coming up, especially with Cameron King and Brianna Townsend being only sophomores, and they right now do a great job of all-around game for Nokomis, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nokomis, you know, losing 3 seniors this year, but other than that, as a basket is good for DiCarlo. But
I think that is definitely going to hurt losing the seniors, but Emma Hodgson's right there for the size for Alexis Mayhew. And Cooney and Mandy, both great shooters and outside players.
Shot is just off by Fernandez. Yeah, I know, and but I think the nice thing is Nokomis has no juniors. So the players you see minus the 3 seniors will be on here not only next year but the year after as well. And so going into the fourth and final quarter, score is 35-17. Nokomis, a pretty sizable lead here. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Palmyra Golf Course and Campground, 147 Lang Hill Road, Palmyra, Maine. Thank you for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. If you or your business would like to sponsor Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, please call Matt Brown, our broadcasting advisor. We are currently putting together a sponsorship package. If you would like to sponsor Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, just let us know. So going into the fourth, Nokomis going to start with the ball. Starters are out there. Cameron King with it. Looks for the drive in. Cooney, deep 3. It's just a little bit short. So now Brewer with the rebound, moving it down the floor. Senior Willette with it now. Dorr moving it around. Jumper just missed by Dorr. Oh, there's 2 doors. Nice pass there. Wide open Cooney. In the transition, Nokomis is able to get 2 more. Feed in from Brewer. Just a little bit off, but they're able to come down with it. Now it's another steal, and it's going to be Townsend this time. And 1 from Townsend. So she'll go to the line. Nokomis now up 22 points. Chance to make it 23 with Townsend going to the line. Really, really great transitions from defense right back to offense from Nokomis. They're now up 40-17.
As I was saying before about losing the outside players, Cooney and King, I mean, Brianna Townsend has shown off tonight that she can also play that aspect of the game. Very smooth outside game for her tonight, and from the line, she's 2 for 3. So,
yeah, definitely a promising future here for this Nokomis girls basketball team, and it's really unfortunate for the seniors that they won't be able to compete for a gold ball this year. I think this is a team that would definitely, not only make playoffs, but also compete in them. And it's, wow, ripped right out of her hands. Cameron King snags it like nobody's business and is fouled in the process.
yeah, Nokomis being a Class A team, really growing, I think, from even last year to this year, just completely just doesn't look like the same team.
No, I mean, they definitely, last year they were a pretty good team. I think a little bit undervalued. They went really strong start to the season, and then had some struggles towards the end, but I think this year they're definitely a better team, and they're definitely showing that out here tonight.
Absolutely, and I think that the best part about having a young team like Nokomis does is that, as you said, they're going to grow together, and it gives them, it just shows all the potential that they have for the years coming up.
Yeah, I think in 2 years, this strong sophomore class that they have 5 sophomores, and 2 of them already start. I mean, that's going to be a strong class of seniors here in a couple years that'll definitely be competing for a gold ball, in my opinion. Inbound from Cooney to Mayhew. Now it's Cameron King up top. Cooney looking to move it. Mandy King. Back to Cooney. Feed in. A little bit of miscommunication there, I think, but Nokomis going to get back on defense. No press anymore. Really no need to. Brewer moving it around. Driving and pass from Michaela Dorr. 3 just off from Ouellette. And look at another transition from Nokomis as Townsend gets another easy layup for the night. Nokomis just really fast in their transitions, and Brewer is just struggling to keep up, and that's going to be a foul. Brewer going to get an inbound here. But it's, I mean, really incredible what Nokomis has been able to do in the transition, both off defensive steals, and defensive rebounds, just stretching the floor so much. It's impressive to see with this team here.
Yes, and Brewer is now in the bonus. I was a bit confused when they went under the basket. I was like, I thought they were in the bonus, and indeed they are.
Yeah, so now it'll be Michaela Dorr with a 1-and-1, and she'll miss the first rebound. Put back just off from DeCarlo. Cooney with the rebound, stretching the floor. She's moving down fast, going to go for it on her own. Little floater, just unlucky there. That was super unlucky. Couldn't get it to fall. Now Brewer on the offensive side with it.
Just one of those in and out shots that you wish could have gotten down. There was nothing really she could have done better or worse there.
Ouellette with a 3. Ouellette coming off the bench now is able to kind of keep Brewer a little bit closer to Nokomis. Score 42-20. 5 minutes left here.
Cameron King slowing down the pace a little bit, I think. I mean, there's no reason to try to drive for a layup here when you're up 22.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, really, no need to force shots, but Cooney sees an opportunity and is able to slice through and get it. Brewer moving it around, trying to find something here. Up top, it's Kaylee Dorr. Feeds it into her sister, Michaela. And the steal from King. Gosh, that's going to be her 4th or 5th steal tonight at least. She's going to be fouled on the way up. She'll get 2 shots, and that's going to put Nokomis into the bonus.
I think taking a look at Cameron King, she may only be a sophomore, but she plays smart basketball. She plays strong basketball. She just plays like she plays older than she is. She knows how to play the game of basketball, and that's how I think that Nokomis is really going to succeed in these next few years, because they're going to have people like Cameron King and Brianna Townsend leading them through the Class A division.
Yeah, some smart young players, and now as we say that, Cameron King and Townsend both on the bench, probably for the night, maybe not, as there's just under 4.5 minutes left here in the game. Nokomis up 26. Up top with it, Johnson. Starters are back in for Brewer. Rebound from Watson. Great hustle play. Feeds it up to Cooney now. Cooney, the only starter left in the game for Nokomis, as Brewer has switched over to mostly starters. Marble back over to Cooney.
Yeah, the only starter left in the game for Nokomis is Cooney right now. I think that's a wise decision.
And the 3 is good from Watson. She sees the open look, and she's going to take it and drain it. Nice little Drano there from Watson. Nokomis up 29 points, 49-20. Feed in. Is able to fall for Brewer. It's Broussard who gets that one. Feeds it over to Sydney King now. Cooney up top.
King is another person that I think is going to help this Nokomis team in the years to come. Her older sister is senior this year. However, I think that she has a excellent shot and a nice outside game.
No, I couldn't agree more. And look at that. I mean, the vision right there to feed that into the wide open Watson. Just excellent there. And Brewer able to save it. Three taken, three missed, but Brewer comes down with the rebound and is able to get another put back up. And it's going to be out of bounds. And so now Cooney's going to come out probably for the rest of the game here as we're counting down less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Sydney King up top feeds it over to Marble. Now Fernandez looking to move it. Marble. She's got two on her. Smart decision. Fernandez looking to spot up. Can't get it. Watson wants that ball in the corner. And Brewer is going to tip it, but it's going to go out of bounds and stay up with Nokomis. And inbound is going to go to Fernandez, who moves it over to Watson. Feed into Hodgson, just a little bit off. And Brewer going to get a steal here.
Was a good look, just a little bit off. Bit too hard, too. Hodgson not sure what to do with it.
And there's a foul on the... Not sure if it's... Must be a shooting foul. Yeah, basket was good. And so the and one from Pine was good. And she's going to miss the shot, but it's going to get rebounded by Johnson and then missed. Almost a 4-point play there for Brewer. King to Marble. Marble tries to feed it to Watson. Watson tries to tip it over. But Brewer now. And it's going to be a timeout, Nokomis. 1 minute, 12 seconds left here. Scores 51-24, and this one is just about put away for Nokomis. An excellent showing out here tonight for Nokomis. Just a really, really good ball game on both sides of the floor. And in the transition, the defensive intensity from Nokomis tonight was not unseen, that is for sure. And, they were able to get the ball moving in transition and see the open players, and just a outstanding game here tonight. And they should be proud of how they've played so far. Our next game will be next Tuesday, where I believe it's the Nokomis boys basketball team playing our local rival, the MCI Huskies. That is a game that should be good. We haven't played MCI Huskies, since I've been going to school here for basketball, and I'm pretty excited to see it myself. It should be an excellent game. And we'll be here with Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, giving you coverage of that. 6:30 next Tuesday. Drive in from Brewer now. Here is going to be missed, and it's going to be, look at that long feed from Watson. Shot in pressure from King. Just a little bit off, and Brewer's able to come down with the rebound. Brewer moving it around now. 30 seconds left here in this outing. Feed in. Now the little jump shot is good for Pine. Pine, the freshman, really one of the key players here for Brewer tonight. She's got to have at least 10 points, or close to it anyways. An excellent prospect for Brewer in the future. Nokomis holding for last. Well, just holding the ball here, really. And that's going to be your final. The score to end the game, 51-26. Nokomis, they're going to advance to be 3-2. Brewer's going to fall to 2-4. And our stat line for tonight, how's it looking, Mia?
Well, Brianna Townsend really bringing home the points for Nokomis once again with 16, going 2 for 3 from the line, and 2 threes. Really just a fantastic effort from Brianna Townsend. And Cameron King with 11 points. She went 7 for 10 from the line tonight. That's a very nice job from Cameron King. And Maya Cooney didn't score any in the first half, comes back in the second half and scores 10 points and barely played the fourth quarter. I think that's a great effort from her as well. And over on the Brewer side of things, Josie Pesey and Lindsay Pine both led with 5 points.
Yeah, it was a pretty dominant game for Nokomis and really consistently led by those 3 players. I believe that's all from us tonight at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday.